Hello and welcome to the Legacy Crusaders YouTube channel. This is Benji and today I'm joined by Zade Slater of his Yugioh channel. He's been posting a lot of cool videos lately, and one of the things that stood out to me is this really cool Lunalight's Tri-brigade deck, which is something I always wanted to try because Tiger finally went to 1, and I never really fully understood the synergy. I've seen this kind of stuff in like videos on Sir Eminon's channel, but not a lot of people have been doing too much with Lunalight since the new ban list came out. But I'm actually a big fan of this deck. Zay, do you want to tell everybody what this deck's supposed to do?
All right, so first off, thank you for having me. And the objective of this particular build of the deck is to not only end on resolving Scythe on your opponent's turn, but to do it in a way where you would not lose if they had droplets. So the end board kind of goal is you want to have a Tornado Dragon, a DPE, and then a set Revolt, so that if you were to Tornado Dragon your Scythe, the Scythe will come out and they chain Droplet, you chain Revolt, and then you chain DPE, pop Revolt, pop Scythe, so that it goes through even if they have Droplet, and just lock them out of the extra deck.
Alright, cool. So more or less it is a similar game plan to what everybody else does, but it has access to that cool little feature that like the Phantom Knight decks have, where they like chain Fogblade, then chain DPE to play around Droplet when they don't have a trap card.
I was literally playing against Phantom Knight with honestly just an inferior build of this deck, and he did the combo to me, and I thought to myself, wait, I can do that too. And then I just sat and I figured it out until I like broke the combo and found a way to do it.
Cool. Alright, so if anyone's new to this series, this is the How to Play series. I bring someone on who knows how to play a deck, and we play a few matches on Yugioh Pro, and I try and ask the questions that you, the audience, might have while we actually make decisions with the deck in action through a few games. So Zade's actually going to tell me how to play this deck through a few games, and I'm going to try and introduce everyone to the combos and how to play around Droplet and all those other things that might come up while we play. So to do a quick card by card, but if you want more specific details about any particular cards or parts of the combo sequences, there will be a link to the original deck profile and some additional videos that actually run over the combo below. But if you want to see,
I'll also answer any comments that anyone asks. I'll like answer anything that they have questions on too.
Yeah, preferably if you have specific questions, you could leave them in the comments of this video should something come up maybe and you want to timestamp that, that'd be useful. But you can also just leave those comments directly on Zade's channel on the videos regarding the deck list or the combo. I know you're very active in your comments, and I try to answer questions in my comments, but when people talk about decks that I don't generally play, it's it's still better to go to the source. So do a quick card by card, and then we'll get into some games. So we're on 3 Lunalight Kaleido Chick, 3 copies of Foolish Burial Goods, 3 copies of Lunalight Perfume, 1 copy of Tiger because it's limited, 3 copies of Fractal, 3 copies of Nerval, 3 copies of Kit, 1 copy of Keras, 1 copy of Tenki because it is limited, 1 Foolish Burial, 2 copies of Yellow Martin, 1 copy of Zephyros the Elite, 1 copy of Serenade Dance, 1 copy of Revolt, 3 copies of Droplet, 3 copies of Triple Tactics Talents, 1 Called by the Grave, 2 copies of Fusion Destiny, 1 copy of Destiny Hero Dasher, 1 copy of Celestial, 1 copy of Artifact Scythe, 1 copy of Artifact Lancia. In the extra, we're on 1 copy of Force Strix, 1 copy of Tiger King, 1 copy of Tornado Dragon, 2 copies of Verjet the Barren Blossom, 1 copy of Bearbrum the Rampant Rampager, 1 copy of Rugal the Silver Sheller, 1 copy of Halschvlager, I hope I can pronounce that remotely close to accurate, the Desperate Doom Eagle, 1 copy of Shurig the Ominous Omen, 1 copy of Appaloosa Bow of the Goddess, 1 copy of Salamangreat Almirage, 1 Access Code Talker, 1 Artifact Dagda, 1 Verte Anaconda, 1 Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer, and in the side we're on 2 Lancia, 3 Super Poly, and the Super Poly target Predaplant Draco Stapelia, 3 copies of Twin Twister. I don't know how that got out of order on here, but that's weird. 2 copies of Token Collector, 2 copies of Solemn Judgment, 1 Anti-Spell Fragrance, and a Red Reboot. Anything in this list that you think is different from other versions that people might have been seeing on the internet that's worth mentioning?
I think basically every list except my list at first was playing the line where you use the link to the Raid Raptor one. I forget its name off the top of my head.
Y-Strix.
Yeah, but playing that line required you to play 2 additional Garnets in the main deck, and so I opted to cut that line for the DPE engine because you're playing the same amount of Garnets, except I feel like it makes it not only the end board more strong because it plays through Droplet, but it also makes hands where you get hand trapped stronger because you have like a last resort play of make Anaconda, send DPE, pass.
Sounds good. Alright, just try to think if there's anything else that's worth noting in the list before we get rolling. Like, something that kind of bugs me is just there's only 1 Shurig. It feels like Shurig at a higher count would be useful. I don't know if it's that hard to utilize the Tri-brigades after the turn 1 combo. Any thoughts on space for potentially a second Shureg, or is the Doom Eagle
The reason that
great?
I play one Shureg in particular is not because I don't want it. It's probably like the 16th or 17th card in the extra deck. But this extra deck with intentions of making the exact combo I make is very tight. So like you don't you use the Dagda, the Anaconda, the DPE of course. Sometimes you use an Omen during the combo, sometimes you use one of the Link 3s, but then you also always use the Bear Brum and a Baron Blossom, and typically you use all 3 of your XYZs. So that's like I think 9 cards that are almost guaranteed to use. And then the second Omen would just be utility, whereas I need the second Link 3 as utility to make the access code on the follow-up. I need the Almirage to make unplayable hands playable. Sometimes it makes unplayable hands full combo. Palooza's good for like when they don't play Droplet, but they play Nib. And so it's just, I don't really think there's anything I could cut, but I do really like the card, the second Omen.
All right. Because I was fiddling around with a version of this list myself, and I had the second Omen in because it just feels like, because some of the combos use Omen on the first turn to link off and search something from the deck, which is something I never really considered, that you could actually banish 4 of your guys on the turn 1 for the combo to actually search like almost any card in your deck.
Yeah, it helps you get Tiger to bridge the 2 archetypes.
Yeah, exactly. So like that's one of the things I felt like is missing from some of the lists I saw before. Like they didn't have that like secondary way to bridge back. Like they could always bridge into the Tribrigades, but it didn't feel like they always bridged into the Lunalights as well. And I never really just considered banish 4 guys and then link off Omen. But it feels weird to have a Revolt that can't actually go for Omen.
So the Revolt typically actually, it's like its main purpose is, you of course can use it as follow-up. If they stop your play, you could search Revolt, set, pass, and make an Omen with it. But when your end board is going to be an Artifact Dagda in the extra monster zone, you're going to have a Tornado Dragon in one of your main monster zones, and you're going to have the DPE in one of your main monster zones. So you'll have 3 unoccupied zones, and then if you go Tornado Dragon targets Scythe, Scythe will die, then Scythe will summon on board, you're going to only have 2 empty zones. So then you have to have the second Baron Blossom. So if they go Droplet, you still can legally chain Revolt because you'll have only 2 zones and you're only summoning a Link 2. So if you still have the Omen at that point, DPE can pop itself in Scythe and you could summon Omen. You're doing this in their draw phase or their standby phase, so there's not really going to be anything to banish anyways.
Well, I guess if we're just trying to Scythe lock, I guess it's not completely necessary, but it would still be nice to fit. All right, I guess we'll see how we feel about it through our games. And I know you're always switching around, doing different decks, so your channel's also got some other things going on at the moment. I think I saw you had Sword Soul being played recently. I know this deck was going to change a little bit from the last time I saw it, so I guess we'll see how we feel about it at the end. Towards the end of the video, we're going to go back to the deck list and just discuss anything that may or may not have come up. I know your side deck is really interesting, and we'll see how much of it we actually use. And we'll discuss those kinds of things later. All right. So let's get going. I don't want to... Timer set for 500 seconds. We could play versus literally anything, so let's be realistic. Our opponents aren't aware that they're being recorded, so as long as we play at a reasonable pace, they won't just rage quit and run away. Because that happens quite a bit sometimes.
Is there not a ranked system on this website?
That is the problem with this one. There is a YG Omega, which is ranked. I'm just not particularly proficient with using certain features of that. Like, I'm not good with the clicks and making sure that I make sure we get to activate cards at certain moments. So I've tried not to use it for this, but also it doesn't record with my screen recorder very well. Anyways, we won the dice roll.
Yeah, we always go first in this deck.
Yeah. This hand seems fine. How do we run through the line?
The first thing you're for sure going to do is activate Fractal. We're going to use Fractal to send Kit, and then Kit to send Nerval. Kind of the basic line here. And then Nerval is going to add us a second copy of Fractal, I think. Let me think on that. Some important things to note with what we're looking at right now is that we have Perfume, which is really good to have even though we don't have access to the other cards, because it's a discard fodder later on. And then we have Revolt, so we're not hard set on making a Bear Brum.
Although Bear Brum's been interesting for just getting cards out of your hand.
Yeah, for pitching the Perfume, it becomes really strong. So I think that we're going to add Fractal here. Yeah. And this line, I think, is technically susceptible to getting hit by like a Veiler right here, but the fact that we have the Revolt helps a lot too. So we'll normal Fractal and we'll use its effect, specifically banishing Nerval and Fractal. Since we just got a waiting symbol, does that signify that they have a hand trap that could be activated here?
It's not so cut and dry on here. People can actively hold down like a button to
Ah,
force it to ask them if they want to activate something, but they can also hold down a different button that makes them purposely not ask if they want to do something. So there's like a little bit more bluff potential than on like Master Duel, where if you can, it will ask.
and we're gonna go with I think we're gonna go with the not Baron, with the dude that searches Revolt. I forget its name. Yeah, Bearbrum.
Yeah. Alrighty. Preference on zones. If you want to call them 1 to 5, just in case it matters. I don't think it matters yet.
I guess on the left-hand side for now.
Alright.
I think that's correct. And then we're gonna activate its effect, discarding for sure Perfume, and honestly I think Droplet. Because we've already used Nerval's effect, so I'd rather keep it as an extender here. And we're gonna target the Fractal.
Oh, we already used the fractals. Do we do
Yeah,
this?
we want it because it's a level 4, yeah.
Okay.
Ghost Ogre, we're fine with that.
Mostly because we don't have to search the card.
Yeah, since we already have the card, we're feeling great here. So, what do we have in Graveyard that's it's saying activate? Not Perfume yet. First, we're gonna use the 2 Fractals to make the Fire Fist.
So this is going to give us access to our Tenki, which will give us
Yeah.
access to one of our Lunalights.
And then we're gonna activate the Tanky. And I think we're going to grab Kaleido Chick. The reason we're going for Chick instead of Tiger is because here we'll pitch Chick for Perfume, and then we'll search Tiger. And now we have the Perfume, or I mean the Chick Engrave for Tiger. And this is where he's going to feel so bad. Like, Ogre is such a strong card against Tiger, and he kind of punted his. But he had no, like, real indication of what was coming, I guess. So we'll use Tiger here. Tiger special Chick, and then Chick dump the Yellow Martin.
Alright, here we go. Best pendulum monster of all time.
For real.
Yeah. And the fact that this is a cost means you can just use it despite being negated by Tiger, which is cool. Alright.
And then here, so I'm going to just think out loud real quick. We have Revolt. So our objective right now is Tornado Dragon, Anaconda, Dagda. And so that's kind of what we need to for sure end on. And I think we for sure have it. It's just the line at which we do it that I'm not sure right here where we want to go. We could technically hard summon the Dagda right now, but I don't think that's optimal. I think we might want to make Baron Blossom right here. Yeah.
Alrighty.
And then we'll use the... can I see our grave real quick? How many Tribrigade names do we have? We have at least 3 that we could use.
We have quite a few.
Yeah, so I think we'll go activate Yellow Martin and Grave Bounce Tiger. So we need 4 materials to link with, but we also need access to a rank 4. So I think we just go possibly we Baron Blossom right here, special Nerval, then we'll use Nerval's effect to summon a guy. Yeah. And then we'll use Nerval banishing. Can I see the grave again?
Sure.
And then can I see the extra deck? I think we might go 4 for Omen, to be honest, so that we could search follow-up, but I'm not sure. So if we went for 4 for Omen, then we would link Omen and the Baron into Dagda. We would search, and then we would make that, yeah. Yeah, I think that's the line. I think we're going to use Nerval for 4 to summon Omen. We're going to banish the 2 Fractal, the Tiger King, and the Kit. And then, no, we're not going to trigger to banish. We technically could banish Tanky if we wanted to, but here we'll link 2 with Omen and Blossom to special Dagda.
Okay.
And it's important that we put Dagda in the extra monster zone. So then here we can activate the chain links. Chain link 1 Blossom, chain link 2 Omen. I think you would technically do it vice versa to chain block, but I kind of want if he ashes, I want him to ash here. Like, we would be happy with it. So chain link 2 Omen.
Okay. Because this is just a follow-up card.
Yeah, and then we're probably gonna grab like Care or one of the Tri-brigades, I think.
Which one gives us the safest follow-up afterwards?
I think Kit, honestly.
Usually is, just because you can make the homage.
Yeah. And then here you can activate Tiger.
We're putting back the...
Oh yeah, we have to
Karis,
put a back card. Yeah, we'll put Karis back. And then we'll use activate Tiger. Tiger is going to special summon.
Should I just set with the Dagda now?
Oh yeah, use Dagda. Yeah, use Dagda.
If I don't, the program's going to keep asking me.
And then we'll set Scythe. The reason we play the Lancia is if we play Fluanderies. And then we're going to use the Tiger to special summon the chick. And then if we still have a Yellow Martin, we'll dump the second Yellow Martin. I don't remember if we've done that or not yet.
No, we haven't summoned the second Kaleido chick yet.
And then we're going to overlay for Tornado Dragon. We'll use Tornado Dragon's effect to destroy our Tiger.
That makes me a
detaching
little sad, but...
a chick, probably.
Oh, whoops.
It doesn't really matter. It's just semantics. We'll pop the Tiger. We'll special something out with Tiger's effect. And then we turn those into Anaconda. They're also, like, if the people watching this, there might have been a line where we didn't have to destroy our Tiger. If you saw one, let me know. But yeah, then we're here. We're going to use the Anaconda to send the Fusion Destiny stuff. And so here, even though we don't have Tiger, you said it kind of made you sad. We still will have the DPE coming back as follow-up. We have the Dasher as an extender. We have Celestial for the draw to, and we have the Kit, which will dump Nerval and get a search as well. So we still have like an insane amount of follow-up. And then also, is there a way to, we're done here, we passed, but have it set so that we can activate in his draw phase?
Not a problem.
I don't know if there's a button you have to hold for that, but
just
in their
hold
draw
down
phase,
left click, and it's just going to say,
right.
Do you want to use anything? It gives them priority first, so we're good to go.
We specifically want to Tornado Dragon the Scythe. I also just realized I messed up. We were supposed to DPE on the end phase, so that's my apologies, but
okay.
We're not going to chain anything. Or we could chain Dagda, actually, to set Lancia. Yeah.
That'll give us access to another body later.
And then Tornado Dragon will resolve, popping Scythe. We're going to activate Scythe. We're not going to chain anything else. And then Scythe will activate. This is where I misplayed by not having you use DPE on the end phase. If he would have droplet us there, we couldn't have chained Revolt because we only have one monster zone. So we were supposed to DPE pop the Anaconda. Do we do anything to this? He's going to be able to... Oh, he can't use the extra deck. Never mind. Oh,
Yeah, I think we're good for now.
Yeah, I don't know what the card he just activated does, to be honest.
It just summons itself when he summons a Cyber Dragon. They both have the same name. It gives them a 500 attack boost, so we can always pop it later.
Yeah, we're for sure fine right here, because none of his cards do anything without an extra deck.
Nothing serious, at least.
He's going to try to battle over probably our Tornado Dragon. If he does, I think that's fine, because he might be trying to force our DPE interruption.
Well, it is slightly bigger than the DPE.
Oh, is it? Because of...
It's
he's not even.
plus this thing.
Oh, yeah. So he's attacking Anaconda? That is... I'm more than fine with that.
Alright. Well, I mean, generally that wouldn't be on the board anyway, right? We pop it with DPE normally in the end phase so that this is in the graveyard during the draw phase, so when the Scythe goes off, if we have to go into backup play, I think we Dagda to... We can bring back the DPE in the standby phase to pop the Dagda in the Scythe, and then it brings back the Scythe again?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, they're going to make a bunch of plays that don't actually go anywhere. Scythe is really fair. Please fix Konami.
For real. Although I feel like Scythe, well, it's still really insane. As the format progresses, people are playing more hand traps, which makes it a little less like powerful because these full combos don't get to resolve.
I'm still not a fan. It's just a bit too many hand traps you have to play.
Yeah, you do have to play a lot. So it's end phase here. We're probably going to DPE effect. We're gonna pop. I'm afraid of popping our own DPE, so maybe we pop Scythe, honestly, and then pop one of his cards.
We can pop the Tenki.
I want to clear a monster on board so that we could also revolt here for 4, because of the fact that we used a Link 2. We hard summoned a Baron, I believe. So yeah, just pop the set or something, and then here we should be able to revolt for 4 to clear another threat and give us a summon without being nibbed.
I think we can only do 3 though, right? Well, we're summoning 3.
Use the Link 2 and then use Nerval and Kit.
All right.
And preferably like the banished Nervals and Kit if we have them.
Oh, okay. I think I can unselect that one.
That way it just gives us more fodder on this follow-up, because we're going to get the Nerval search. We already have the Kit, so like we're going to have at least 2 Tri-brigades.
Well,
yeah,
they rage quit. So just a quick rundown of what was happening. First, we also had the Lancia that was going to be destroyed in the end phase from the Dagda, so that would have come back as an extra body as well.
Yeah, and so the line that we had to like the easiest line through Nib to go for lethal here was going to simply be, we were going to have the Omen on board. We were about to clear one of their threats, and then on our turn we would link away.
Actually, we didn't have another Omen. That was the problem. We used the Omen on the last turn.
Did we?
Yeah, we did it to search one of the Tribrigade cards. I'll just pull up the graveyard for a second.
Double check. I don't think we did.
1 second. Pretty sure we did. Yeah, it's in the graveyard.
Oh, we didn't? Yeah, we would have went for Shurig instead. And then Shurig, Shurig is more efficient right here because it's a Link 3. So we would have summoned the Shurig. We would have
Rugal.
Yeah, Rugal. He's a Link 3, so we would have turned him and Dagda into the access code. He'd be 53. We'd clear the board, just switch to attack, and hit for game.
All right, cool. All right,
and that's with all the follow-up we had, too, in case like they played a different deck and actually like hindered us there a lot. We would still would have had so much follow-up.
Because we also get back to because we also had the Blossom properly summoned, we also get like to dig an extra card deep. If we don't want the Kit, we get to put that back. We also get to search a different card.
And Nerval searching, so we could have got Karis. Like, we had plays for days after that.
All right, and we did get interrupted once, although Ogre is kind of a weak interruption in the sense that it doesn't really change any of our effects. I guess it did like remove a Link 2. I feel like we would have been a little bit more trouble without the Revolt.
Ogre's very good against this deck if you hit Tiger.
Yeah. There are some interesting lines that I don't know. I mean, we don't use them in this build, but there are some weird lines with Tiger where you can like send it to the graveyard with Kaleido Check from the extra deck, and then you can like search for, what's it called? What's the one that searches polymerization?
I think it's a pendulum, right? The pendulum scale
Black
1
Sheep.
level.
Black Sheep.
Oh yeah, that Zodiac used to play.
Yeah, you can actually use it to add Lunalights from the graveyard, so you can actually send your Tiger to grave and then use that card to add it back. That's one I actually considered like playing.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, it's also low level, and Fractal can also randomly just send like low level Beast Warriors and Wing Beast to grave. So you can actually send the Tiger to grave and then like bounce it back. You can like summon it to the field with like a Perfume, and then you can like bounce it back to your hand with like Yellow Martin.
So yeah, that line could technically come up in this build too, where you could Kaleido Chick send the Tiger from extra deck to grave, and then Perfume it back and Yellow Martin it back. Just typically, if you have those resources, you're probably killing them anyways, but there might be times where it comes up.
Yeah, well, let's see if it comes up in another game. That game did seem like we were kind of close on bodies, like, since we did have to go out of our way to, like, Tornado Dragon the...
Yeah, I think there's a line where I I think that I probably should have made the rank 4 at some point to search the Zephyros. This hand, if they don't hand trap, is gas. Are we going first?
We are going first.
Sick. I actually don't know if we goods here first or not. Oh, we have Perfume already. Yeah, we're gonna activate goods first. And there's honestly, I don't know if we send Serenade or if we send Perfume, because we could Foolish for Yellow Martin to search Perfume to have as discard fodder for the other Perfumes. But we could also use Foolish to send Kit, send Nerval search.
There's a little bit too much freedom here. These
yeah, there's a lot.
Well, we got to make a choice just so they don't.
I think we'll go Serenade Dance. I think that these lines are a little simpler, and also that we have the free discard in hand being these dead Foolish goods. So we're gonna use Serenade Dance, and we're gonna pitch Perfume.
Alrighty.
And we're gonna special Kaleido Chick. And then we'll Kaleido Chick, dump the Yellow Martin.
It seems our opponent is thinking they might have something. But
I dare them to hand trap. We have tactics. We'll be lit if they do.
All right, sending Martin.
Yep, and then we'll use the Perfume Engrave. We'll pitch the goods, and we'll search Tiger. Oh no, let's go! Free, let's go!
Obviously, we wanted our name to count as a Martin. All right, so we are activating Perfume. Discard goods.
I've actually never had anyone imperm me like that before, but when I played at locals, I'm very vocal about what they can and can't do against my guys. Like, I explain its cost beforehand. And yeah, we're adding Tiger.
All right. Well, you know, as long as they activate it before you pay the cost, I feel like it makes sense. But if, like here, with the cost is clearly paid, there's no way for us to tell them, yeah, it's not going to send the card.
Yeah. Then we're going to use Tiger, special the Yellow Martin. And we don't have anything engraved that discards currently right now, right?
Not yet.
So we could either here make the guy that sets tanky, or we could search the Zephyros. And we haven't normal summoned yet. That's important to note. I think that we also could link to into the Baron, and then we could. Is that the? I think that's the line. I think we'll link to into Baron Blossom. And then we'll use Yellow Martin to bounce Tiger. And then we'll Tiger to bring back Chick. And this is all still no normal summon. And then I think we're going to overlay these two for...
Let me send the other Martin.
Oh, yeah. Dump that. And then overlay the two. We're either going to make the Tiger King or the Force Tricks. I think Force Tricks here, to be honest. Yeah, Force Tricks. Because Foolish Burial is effectively a Tribrigade name right now. And then, yeah, we'll use this. We'll search the Zephyros, detaching Chick because we have a Martin engrave to add Zeph. And then here we can Baron Blossom special the Zephyros. And so now what this is ensuring here is when Zephyros goes to grave, that plus Tiger gives us the Tornado Dragon. So now we're at a spot where we need to make Anaconda, we need to make the Link 2 Tribrigade that searches tanky, and then we need to make the Dagda. So I think here we have already specialed off the Zephyros, right? I'm not off the Zephyros, off the Link 2.
Yeah, off the Link
2. So I think here we're gonna...
Which, if someone didn't know, that now locks us into only using Tri-Beasts for Link summons, which I didn't realize that does that, but I did experiment with the deck a little bit myself. Right.
So I think here we will activate the Foolish.
I like to activate it in imperm columns from the hand, just so it shows we know that it doesn't negate. Anyways.
And we'll send Kit. Kit will dump Nerval. And then we're going to search Fractal.
Which is extra good in level 4, as we haven't normal summoned yet.
His level is insane in this deck. And then so here we're probably going to make... I think we want to make the Dagda, but I'm not sure. If we do, we have to use the Baron Blossom. So we could turn those into that. Yeah, let's try that. Let's make Baron Blossom and the Raid Raptor into Anaconda.
Into Anaconda, not the Dagda?
No, Dagda, my bad. My apologies.
Just making sure I didn't click on the wrong monster. It's happened.
Yeah, we always want to do Dagda in the extra monster zone.
Should we bother to fix our hand? I mean, he hasn't hand trapped us, or he won't.
We'll always do it, because even if we're just seeing the top card and putting it back, it's still fine to do. We'll put the Lancia back. I'd rather keep the Tactic here.
Alright.
And then we're gonna... normal summon? Yeah, we'll normal here. And then when we activate this effect, we'll also get to chain the Dagda to set. So we'll activate Fractal.
Summon the Bearbrum.
Yeah, so the one that gets us the trap, Bearbrum. And we're gonna banish the XYZ, or we'll probably do Nerval Kit, honestly.
Alright.
And then chain Dagda, set Scythe.
Alright.
And then here we'll link 2 for Anaconda.
With what? With the Zephyros?
The 2... Yeah, no, not with the Bear Bloom. Bear Bloom's effect that searches Revolt states that once you search Revolt, you can't special except for Tri-brigades anymore.
Gotcha. So that's like always like a minor concern, I guess.
Yeah, so we are going to do that. And the reason we did this in this order is because here's where they would nib. If they nib you here, you still have Zephyros to go into Tornado Dragon.
Okay.
So now we're going to Zephyros Bounce Tiger. And if this guy held the nib for here, he's god tier. And then we'll activate Tiger, special out whatever name we want. Probably the Kaleido chick.
He would have been correct, though. So god tier, but correct.
Yeah, it's weird because it's like quote-unquote correct, but at the same time, only if you know this exact build. In most instances, it feels like the right play to hit the Anaconda. So yeah, here we're going to Anaconda. We'll send our Fusion Destiny Garnets. And we're not going to chain Tornado or anything. And here, when we enter the end phase, we have to... Or not the end phase, we have to do it main 1 still. We have to go Phoenix Enforcer effect. And we're going to destroy our Anaconda and our Tri-brigade link.
We're freeing up space while also getting us the trap card.
Yeah, and now we're going to add the trap and we're going to put triple tactics back.
Alright, we gave him every opportunity to hand trap us. It didn't work. But, you know, it happens.
And now we'll set the Revolt and just pass to him. And during the draw phase, we'll Tornado Dragon pop the Scythe.
I guess we should set the Lancia.
Yeah, we'll chain it, set it.
It's just nice to get this body randomly.
Yeah, it gets it out of the deck. It'll give us a body at the end phase. There's also like a slight chance we might get it here. Like if... Now we'll go Scythe effect. If he belled here, then we would have the DPE to pop the Lancia. Now Scythe will activate. And this is where we have 2 zones. We have the second Blossom and extra deck. If they had droplets, we played through it. They would have to specifically droplet send trap. And if they do that, they have got to discard at least 2 cards, and they're still going to be stuck getting revolted. And
this time we didn't use the Shurig, so we actually have access to a solid interruption if they start popping enough cards.
They won't, though. They usually just like scoop right about now.
Well, I mean, they can be on a really great deck like Floanderies and not care about that.
Yeah, that's why we play the Lancia, though. Like, Fluanderies does not play droplets in their deck. I haven't seen a list do it yet.
I think they play Dark
Ruler. They opt
Ruler
for Dark Ruler. Yeah, and so here, if they were to go Dark Ruler, we would go Chain Revolt, Chain DPE, pop Lancia in itself. And so then we would get something on board. We'd get Kit and Nerve Wall effects engraved. We would Lancia them, which would not be out at the time that the droplet or the Dark Ruler resolved. And then on the new chain, we would use it.
All right, Therian's Ring. This is like that new archetype that's going to be like a 1-card, like just Omni Negate, you know, like the Brave token stuff.
I haven't read these cards yet. Do they do it from extra deck?
I think it's mostly a main deck thing, but it's like 1 level 8 that just becomes a negate. I'm not exactly sure when it would do its thing. Is this card once per turn?
Do you think we should pop the field spell? It is once per turn.
Well, that's enough reason for me to at least try and pop it, so I guess we should try.
I don't know what they do, so let's try it, but let's pop the field spell in our Lancia.
And just hope Lancia does something annoying.
Yeah, and if it doesn't, like, their deck has to do a lot through a Lancia or through a Scythe to not die here on the next turn. And we'll probably on res use the Lancia so that if he has Pot of Prosperity or something, it hits it.
Oh, my bad. I wasn't. This is me just kind of spacing out. I could have pressed that, but that was me just not holding it down. All right.
You're fine.
Should we use it anyway, just to clear some space?
Probably, yeah. All right, what's his card do actually?
Machina Metal Cruncher reveals 3 Earth Machines.
Yeah.
Yeah, it reveals 3 Earth Machines and then randomly adds 1. It used to be used mostly to get like Scrap Recycler and like some Orcus builds. Sometimes it gets Despot 05 if it were summoned via special summon. Not Despot 05, 03, and then they would use it for like a Halka Fibrax normal summon. This looks like level 10 trains, but they can't do anything without the extra deck.
Yeah, they might be able to attack over some guys, and that's not a big deal.
Yeah. That guy isn't going to do anything. This guy, in order to attack, he has to send 2 of his cards to the graveyard.
Oh, easy.
And
is that what he added or no? No, he revealed Freight into Fortress.
Yeah, Fortress, Freight.
Yeah, so he's got Freight or Fortress in hand.
So that's Fortress. He discarded the new Therian's King. I guess my game hasn't loaded the artwork on this guy yet. Alright. Well, he can get over 1 card with the Fortress, and he probably won't attack with the Bullet Train.
So
Oh,
he just misplayed hard attacking the lands or the Scythe. We're fine with him doing that,
are
but
you familiar with Machina Fortress's second effect to destroy a card on the field?
if this card's destroyed by battle, right? Oh, is he he's not suiciding, is he? Is he
He's
2100?
21 because he's lowered by DP. But we have the only
Oh.
interruption we have left is the revolt, so I think we have to let it go.
It doesn't, yeah, just let it go. It doesn't matter here.
Well, we also don't know what he's going to destroy. He might make a bad decision.
Does it target?
I'm pretty sure it does, but it's in the damage step, so that's the problem.
Yeah, we're fine with not having the revolt here too. Like, I really don't think this did anything for him. Because even if we weren't
I mean, we
to
could have
kill
used
him,
it just to get the follow-up, because it didn't bring back the Nerval.
and we're gonna activate that effect. Even if we somehow didn't kill him right here, though, we Scythe him again if he doesn't die. By popping Scythe and Dagda. So we want to kill him in under 5 summons right now. Just to
I mean, he
be
didn't have
free
it
of
before,
nib.
but I mean, if we can.
Yeah. If we don't know the last card in hand, he could have drawn it. So we're probably just gonna make a access code here. What link 3s do we play though? I don't think there's a generic link 3 to use the Dagda to make with it. Forward. Oh yeah, this is easy. Just use Tiger to special chick, turn chick, Scythe, and Dagda into access code, and that should be game right there.
The chick is under the.
Well, grab Yellow Martin, then it doesn't matter.
Oh, there's 2 Yellow Martins, so I guess it works.
It doesn't, yeah, and it doesn't get banished anyways, because it's only being summoned by Tiger. Then we'll just use Scythe, Dagda, and the Yellow Martin to make the access code. And then we'll use it to gain 2,000. And real quick, can you double check that none of his cards do anything when they're destroyed?
No, these don't, but there's always a chance he plays the Citadel, but that would need to be in the graveyard to be activated.
Alright, well then yeah, we'll just use access code to clear his board, and then we'll switch Tornado to attack and kill him. Realistically, you want to banish Dagdas and Verde Anacondas, just because they're not Beast Warrior Wing Beasts.
Okay. Keep that in mind.
So that
for
if
next
we
time.
hypothetically didn't kill him here, we would have access to them later.
I'm on Battle Fader. Let's go.
Oh, he needs Battle Fader, and then he needs like everything else in the game also right here.
Alright, that was cool. Alright, well, we get to go to a game 2 against a... Generally, it's a going second OTK deck, so thoughts on how we decide for that?
If you think we're going first, we're for sure just putting in Double Judgment Anti-Spell, and do you think the Lancia is good against him or not?
I don't think so, actually.
Then we'll take out Lancia, we'll take out... I typically take out, either Droplets or Triple Tactics. I don't know which one would be better against him, so I think we'll go take out Droplets.
Alright.
The reason being is that I like these going first cards to solidify our board. If we draw one of them, then we don't need to search the Revolt to play around Droplet. And if he does opt to go second here, that might be bad for us, but our deck is better, I think, engine-wise, so we should be good.
Well, he chose to go first and then rage quit, so I think we made the right choice, and either way, just because of that. Although we did open like the best hand a deck can possibly put out with Celestial and Dasher.
The sad thing is we opened Celestial Dasher, but I think we still have full combo here.
Yeah, we do have some good access to certain cards, and we would have actually been able to put back at least one of these. I think by the end of the turn we might have actually put them both back, right?
Yeah. Well, no, we couldn't have put both back because by the time that we searched Revolt, we have DPE out already. So we would have put one back.
Alright, well, let's see if we can get another game. Maybe we'll go second for a change and actually have to play through a board.
So real quick, I can talk about like the thought process on how I don't have many going second cards in the main deck. The thought when I built this deck was it's already kind of bricky because you have to play a lot of Garnets, and it's pretty heavy combo. So I wanted going second card like Droplets that I have a 40% chance to draw it, and I win if I draw it. And then going games 2 and 3, I have enough going second cards to address like any board that I need to stop, and I just take out my going first cards for it. So I'm really just okay with conceding the game 1 against some decks. Ooh, this is the new Labyrinth stuff.
I've only vaguely read them, mostly because I'm an Infernoid player, and they're always like looking at all the new completely random things that work with trap cards and tributing and fiends. So I've only sort of read some of these.
I've only seen the art.
Yeah. So this added a Labyrinth card. I think it added the field spell. I'm not really sure what any of these cards do. Let's see. If you activate a non-labyrinth normal trap, you can special summon one fiend from your hand or graveyard. If you activate a set welcome labyrinth normal trap, you can add this additional effect. Destroy one card on the field. Okay. This card, when it was normal, added a labyrinth card. Alright, so there's just 2 back row, I think, is all we're worrying about, and potentially getting an extra pop. So,
I think we'll lead with goods and see if he trap or hand traps it.
Sometimes they want to see what the card is.
Maybe we send Serenade? I think we send Serenade.
Alrighty.
Our goal going second also is just to, like, access code kill our opponent. So here we'll use Serenade.
Serenade's biggest flaw is that it doesn't discard his cost, so sometimes you get a card stuck in your hand if you really need to use it.
Also a plus if they ash you and you didn't want to lose the card. What do we discard here? So Perfume would be a fine discard, but I also kind of want it for combo. I think we might pitch the Scythe, honestly.
Yeah, we're not sure they even go into the extra deck with the kind of deck they're playing.
And they hopefully won't live past this turn. We're going to summon Kaleido Chick.
Alrighty. It'd be really great if they try to interrupt the chick now, because we just Monster Reborn it.
Yeah, and even if they do something to banish it, we just pitch the one in hand off Karis and then Monster Reborn it. We'll use the effect here to dump yellow. Maybe we'll bait another Imperm.
This is actually one of the times where we actually could have milled the Tiger, because we can just normal the second chick, Reborn the Tiger, and then bounce the Tiger. So it's like goofy stuff we can do with sending Tiger to grave.
Here, I think we'll use Perfume on the Yellow Martin. Keeping in mind that we still have yet to commit the normal.
Yeah.
We're popping off here. So then I think we're going to go into the Raid Raptor XYZ to search Zephyros.
You know, the fact that we have to randomly go into that card sometimes makes me kind of wish... I mean, obviously that's not the best card for making a Zeus, but it'd be nice to have a Zeus where we can, like... Just Zeus access seems like something that'd be cool to do, but I guess with the way this deck is built, it's just meant to do this turn 1 combo.
For a little bit, I was siding it going second, because in the when you go second, you take out Scythe and you take out Revolt, and so going second, you have 2 extra deck cards that aren't really doing much. So I would side into a Zeus, and I was siding into the Dark Charmer.
Alright. I like siding extra deck cards when you can justify them. Sometimes it's weird scenarios.
Here we're gonna use the Force Strix to search the Zephyros. Detaching Chick.
Okay.
We're fine with this. This is kind of what we were doing, is just like trying to force an interrupt. What does that card do again?
If you activate a trap, special summon a fiend from hand or graveyard. So it's
Right, we gotta
summoning a
read
monster
that.
that'll become visible eventually, because I'm getting new artwork into the game all of a sudden. If our opponent activates a monster effect in response to the activation of a trap card, he can use one of these effects. He can either target a normal trap in the graveyard and set it to your field, but it can't be activated unless he controls a fiend. And if a monster leaves the field by your normal trap's effect, you can destroy a card we control. So it just means his trap is unrespondable to, and he might get like an extra pop off of something.
That's probably fine. I think here we're going to use the Perfume. And this is where we have to question, are we going to commit to killing him this turn? Do you think we're for sure going to confirm the kill?
Yeah.
If so, we're going to pitch the Revolt.
That's what I think
Because
we're doing.
Yeah, then we're going to pitch the Revolt, and we're going to search the Tiger.
Alrighty.
And then here we'll activate Tiger.
Just to confirm, we have a Lunalight engraved.
We'll bring out that Lunalight, and then we'll use the effect to send Yellow Martin. And I think our objective here is really just to like link climb into an Omen, I think. That way we can force that last back row, and then we can use the Tribrigade to make an access code talker and confirm the kill.
Alright.
So here we'll dump the yellow. Special summon Baron Blossom? Yeah. And then here we can use the Yellow Martin and Grieve. Return the Tiger. And then activate Tiger, bring out the Chick. And we've not used tanky, right? Yeah, there's no tanky on board, so
We can
we'll
search
make
it.
the rank. Ooh, he's gonna torrential. And does that clear his whole board and nothing of his is activating?
He's got nothing else.
Sweet. So we'll use our Baron Blossom. We'll draw put back.
Might as well.
What do we put back?
I don't feel like we need another chick.
Yeah, we probably put that back. That's probably safe.
Just
we haven't
amongst
normal
the options.
yet. And then, can I see the grave real quick?
We have the Baron. I think there's 2 chicks, 2 Martins, the Scythe.
Can we still lethal here?
I don't think so.
So we have our normal summon, so I'm just thinking if we normal Fractal or if we activate his effect first to dump Kit, dump Nerval, search.
We barely have that many bodies in the grave. We might need to dump some more bodies.
Can I look at the extra deck one more time?
Yeah, sure.
Because we're for sure, we could like go Fractal, banish 4, summon the Omen, Omen banish the field spell, and then link 2 into one of the links, and then get the effect to search, and then we could search the... Oh, that's the line, Normal summon Fractal.
Alright.
If he's got like a crazy hand trap, we might lose, but this is still lit right here. We'll Fractal for 4.
I guess we only have 4. We also get to do something that I love doing, which is activating the effect of Kaleido Chick.
Oh yeah, so they can't use traps in the battle phase or
They
something
can't
like
use
that, right?
effects in the battle phase.
Oh jeez.
I love that effect, especially if you like use it really early in your main phase. Then they kind of forget by the end of the turn.
And then here we will go into... I think maybe we should have used the Fractal effect first, honestly. I didn't realize we didn't have the right amount of names engraved. But I think here we turn these into... Maybe the play's Anaconda, actually.
Well,
yeah, I think
we can just battle is something we could do, and we could also Fractal, send Kit, send Nerval, search something, and then Karis can summon something, and then you can...
We link 2, the Omen will search the Zephyros. And then we could pitch the Zephyros for Karis, and then Zephyros can bounce Chick and come back.
Okay.
And then we'll still have the DPE for follow-up. We'll have... but they probably die
I think
this
we
turn,
might have game if we use Fractal, because it'll send Kit, send Nerval, search a monster, summon Karis, summon the Doom Eagle, then link up for access code.
That is a true line, too. Try that.
The only problem with this play is it doesn't give a real follow-up if it doesn't work.
We have Omen search still as follow-up.
Yeah, but that's like a follow-up after the play. Whereas the other way, we would have had the Zephyros right away, I guess.
If I didn't whiff it on not activating Fractal from hand first, then we would have still had Chicken Grave. And so when we search the Zephyros, then we would bounce the thing, summon Zephyros, and then get an activation again. So I think that even though we definitely just like kill him here, we could have killed him even better.
Killing them better is always the goal. I don't think it matters. I don't think there's a card in their grave we need to send back.
Yeah, probably not.
Alright, cool. And that should be it, unless they have another imperm that they kept in their hand for when their board was inevitably broken.
And that's kind of what this deck does going second. Like, if they didn't Scythe you, we just play through whatever they have and we access code them for game.
Yeah. Alright, well, we're going to do a game 2. They're on traps. Thoughts
Yeah, they're
on...
going first. We're just going to put in Reboot Triple Twin. So we'll take out the Scythe. I don't know if we need Lancia against them, so we'll take out Lancia for now. And then we'll take out... I typically take out Revolt, but because this is a trap deck, we might have more than one turn
Yeah, it might be
after that. And it doesn't appear that they're using monster effects, so we could take out either Talents or Droplet in this case. But I like keeping Droplet to play through interruptions by forcing our cards off the field that we need to resolve. So I think we should try taking out 2 triple tactic in this matchup.
Alright. I guess over time we'll learn if that was correct when we see these cards being played more.
Yeah, it doesn't help that we don't really know this deck well. We drew the 1 triple tactic.
Well, then we'll know if it was correct to keep it in and get rid of those droplets like we really did. We could pretend we did that. All right. So this is going to get a Labyrinth card.
If it's a trap, we definitely got to read it. If it's not, we still probably should.
It says Welcome Labyrinth. Special 1 Labyrinth from your deck. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the deck or extra deck until the end of the next turn after this card resolves. If a monster leaves the effect by your normal trap's effect while this card is in the graveyard, you can set this card. And the other thing says if you activate the set Welcome Labyrinth, you can destroy a card on the field. So this card is going to summon a dude and is a pop.
But we probably just kill him here, right?
I mean, if we could play
Our
through a
hand
pop,
is insane.
probably. But again, we don't know their deck well enough to play perfectly, so we're going to have to be playing theoretically perfectly, so we're going to have to try.
Yeah. I think we'll lead with Fractal, probably.
All right.
Send Kit, send Nerval, search a... I don't know what we're going to search yet, but I'll think about that while we're seeing if he has a response.
Yeah. Kit, Nerval.
We might honestly just search a Kit. And he didn't respond, but he had a window. But he has that trap, so he'll always have a window. We can use, There's 2 different lines here where we could either use Foolish Burial Goods first to send Perfume and start playing that way. Or we could use Fractal first and start playing that way. The thing about leading with the normal summon of a Fractal is he could just pop it there. And so I think the play is probably to activate goods.
It's also nice to keep the Beast Warriors in our hands for a while, so that if we need a discard for the Keras, we know what we're working with.
Yeah, so the, ooh, he's got Ash.
Well, now we have some choices on how to use this triple tactics talent.
What does his spell do again? It's just,
It's just going to make his trap pop a card. And his trap is
so
just
that's
summon
what's
a
giving him
card.
the pop.
Yeah.
His monster's level 4, which is important to note. And his trap is going to pop. So here it's awkward, because if we normal summon, he could just pop it. I honestly don't know if we should use the triple tactic to look. I think we should look at his hand with it, because I think we can for sure play through 1 pop since we have Keras. So let's tactic look at the hand.
I'm actually a tad tempted to draw 2 cards just so that we could guarantee to have more Beast Warriors in hand, but I guess looking at their hand doesn't hurt. I think we have enough cards to play with. That's really the call. Either we have enough cards or we don't, right?
Yeah.
And I think we have enough cards, so this should be fine. Maybe though, well, they can't concede because it's game 2. Like if this was like game 1, this is where they might want to concede and not show what kind of things they're holding.
Yeah, but they don't get that luxury right now.
Yeah, show us that hand. So far, just from playing, I kind of do wish there was a second Omen in here. I don't know what it would be. Ooh.
Yeah, we're hitting Nib for sure.
Yeah, let's get that.
Oh, I'm so glad we looked at the hand. That would have been an L. And so...
Oh yeah, he ashed the goods, so we are a little bit more limited on the plays we have.
Yeah, our only 2 plays are a normal summon and we have a Keras. And he's going to get to pop 1. The question is just which one do we lead with? Does he pop it right away? And where do we go from there? So... I think we'll normal summon for...
I feel like we want to save our
matter.
normal for Fractal to make sure we have a level 4 on the field. Maybe we should lead off with the Keras.
It might be stronger to lead. If we do that, he might think we're desperate and then just auto, like, shotgun the pop. But I kind of don't want him to shotgun the pop. Oh, what do we have engraved, though? 3 of them?
Yeah, we have the 3, just the standard lines.
Yeah, let's lead with the Keras, then. Keras, pitch, Kit. And if he pops here, then he's out of interruptions.
I think he might get to draw 1 card. I think this card says if a monster leaves the field by a normal trap's effect. So the spell lets him pop a card, but I think the spell adds the effect to the trap. I'm a little unsure on that. Alright, what's this thing doing? Alright, so
So he does get to draw.
Yeah, so this card let him draw because it made the trap gain the effect to pop a card. This is going to set a card.
It's going to reset what he had, or what hits in his hand.
Torrential.
Can he use it this turn?
Oh, what? He destroys a random card in our hand? Destroy one card in your opponent's hand at random. Okay, well...
Oh, geez, yeah.
I think he got it. But
yeah, this game looks not like a win for us. We could still technically wait and see if he can kill us, but...
It does not look good. All right, let's see what happens. I mean, we'll get to learn a little bit about the Labyrinth cards.
Yeah, we'll learn his cards in Theorycraft for game 3. So he doesn't seem to like play an extra deck that matters. So our objective kind of completely switches on the combo we're going to try to do.
Oh, do note they're all dark. I mean, actually, we're not playing the correct Super Poly target for that, but that would have been a thought.
Yeah. Yeah, they can't really get eaten by Super Poly. Plus, we're going first, so I'm not a huge fan of that card going first. Because if my board resolves, they lose, no matter what the matchup is. So I only really side those particular cards going second.
I guess we can crash.
I think this game, yeah, we can run into it. He'll probably just like pop it, do a bunch of trap stuff. This is basically just a concede right here.
Oh, of course, we can just try and learn a little bit more.
Yeah, get to see these cards.
So special a Labyrinth monster from the deck, which keeps him out of his own extra deck, except for Fiend. Let's see.
So he's already imposes limitations to his own extra deck.
All right. Is this the same card that's already on the board? Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
I like that card's art. It's cute.
Yeah, but it just looks like a dragon maid, but less dragony. All right. What's this thing do? Okay.
This deck snowballs kind of hard.
Yeah. Oh, God. That's annoying. All right, well, we obviously lost now. What's this?
Yeah, they just ripped our whole hand.
Labyrinth Stove. Quick effect, send this card from the hand or field to the grave to discard one card and discard one card. Set a Labyrinth spell trap directly from your hand or deck. If a monster leaves the field by a normal traps effect while its card's in your graveyard, you can special this card. So all these cards go off if when the trap sends something to the grave. So this field spell seems kind of important for making that happen, because none of the cards actually do that. All right, I guess we concede here. I think we have the information we need.
Yeah, and they just attack us.
Yeah.
So game 3, the top 20 cards in our main deck are obviously staying. Those cards are all cracked and we need them. I think that we're going to leave out the Scythe, honestly, and the Lancia here, because they're not really doing anything in this matchup. The cards I want to put in for sure are the Double Judgment and the Anti-Spell, and then possibly put back the 2 Triple Tactics.
I'm not sure these droplets will be useful.
Yeah, we can take those out, especially since we're going first now. This card's not very good going first. But from here, the question becomes, do I value Triple Tactic over Twin Twister? And I think that the answer is yes, but I'm not 100% sure.
We can just go half and half.
We could try to go 2-2. The argument for keeping the... Oh, no, I think I want to go 3-1, honestly, with Triple Tactic. Because he plays Nib and other hand traps, I feel like we really want the tactics to be able to stop that.
So maybe just drop the... Try not to worry about the back row?
We'll take out the red reboot and we'll put in the... We'll leave the 2 twin in and 3 of that. Yeah, that seems optimal to me. And we're going to go first, of course. We opened full combo. Our objective here, though, since we're not trying to Scythe them, we're still going to kind of want to end on the same thing. We're going to want to search Revolt, we're going to want DPE, and we're going to want Tornado Dragon. But we want these cards so that we can use them to pop back row, of course, and so we're going to want all the Omen Zones. We are going to lead with the Kaleido Chick, dump, what's it called? Yellow Martin.
Alright, well, it looks like they might have a response. So maybe they have an impermanent hand. If they are just...
Maybe they'll waste it.
I'm not sure this is the guy who wasted it before.
It's not, but it would be nice if he did here. So then we are going to Perfume, bring back the Yellow Martin. And then here there would be either a case for us to... We're going to go into one of the 2 XYZs. But I'm going to opt for the Raid Raptor one. And the reason being is because we're going to have Perfume to search. But if he's to negate this, we want to make the one that detaches so that the Perfume can add Chick and have a target. If we would have made the Tiger King, yeah, we'll discard Chick. If we would have made Tiger King and he were to imperm here, then both would be stuck under Tiger King as materials, and that would put us in a really bad spot.
All right.
So then here we're gonna use the perfume. And I think we could either discard Zephyros or we could pitch Nerval, search Karis. And I think we might go the Nerval route.
I think both of these have the same weakness. I think either one of them, if we get ashed here, is going to suck regardless.
Let's pitch the Zephyros. No, Nerval. Because you're right. If we get ash, we won't have a play. And so if he were to ash here, Nerval would grab Karis. We're still in the game. And then we're going to Nerval. We've already summoned, so we'll grab Karis with Nerval. Or we could technically grab the level 4. I kind of have to think about where we're going to go from here. Because we're going to Tiger, bring back a card, link to...
Well, the Karis can put the Zephyros in grave.
We also have the Baron Blossom still to use.
All right.
Let's just grab Karis to be safe, because we don't know what he's going to do to interrupt us. And then here we'll use... I'm afraid of the Nib because we saw it game 2. So I'm also trying to consider that. We're going to go Tiger, summon Yellow Martin. Or not Yellow Martin, not Chick. Yeah, then Chick, dump Martin. And then I think here we'll use Yellow Martin as special itself. And then we're going to overlay these for Tiger King to get the tanky.
All right. And then we can link them off for the Frigid if we have to, I guess.
Yeah, and then Tanky's going to get us the Fractal, which is going to give us something to summon off the Frigid while still having Karis and a discard in hand.
All right. It does seem like they have a response. The most likely one at this point is Nib.
So we'll go into this. We're definitely over 5 summons, but after how they saw us play games 1 and 2, I think they're going to hold it for a while. So we'll use this, we'll set Tanky. Because we can get them in a spot with just the Tanky search where they're going to be forced to Nib, or we could drop an Appaloosa. And then we can just do the full combo after that, regardless if they Nib us or not. And we'll use that Tanky, grab the Fractal. And then we're going to link 2 into the Blossom. And can I assess our graveyard real quick?
Yeah.
It's weird because I would like to Omen here, but we don't want to because we want to save it for the Revolt.
Yeah.
So we'll use the Blossom to special summon. We're going to summon the Fractal. Just make sure you don't put it in the link zone.
Yeah, I'm starting to think I shouldn't have put the Baron in that zone to begin with. But
and then from here, we're gonna use the Fractal effect. I'm just not sure if we're doing it for 2 or for 3. I don't know if it really matters, to be honest. I think we'll go... Can I see the extra one more time?
Yeah, sure. We have pretty much
I'm
everything.
all over the place when I play this deck. There's so many combos you can do at any point in time. I think we're gonna... Fractal, summon out the Doom Eagle, probably. I think that's the least relevant one in our extra deck right now that we're okay with getting rid of. And we're gonna banish the 2x, or wait, we have 2XYZs and Nerval will be the 3 we get rid of. We're gonna go with Doom Eagle. And then here on resolution, if he doesn't do anything, we're going to make the Appaloosa. And I'm unsure if we do it for 3 or for 2 here. We're for sure going to use Eagle. And we're for sure going to use the Link 2. But the argument to do it for 3, I think that his monster has 1600 attack. So we should probably do it for 3. but I also want to have the Fractal to make
Well,
plays.
you can just pop his
with.
monster with DPE.
We have a lot to make plays with. We'll go 3. We'll go 3. And now here we could get punished by Imperm Nib pretty hard. But we're going to use Baron. We're going to draw and probably put back Celestial.
Come on, Dasher. I was kidding.
Oh
I was
my
kidding.
God,
That was
we'll
not.
put back the Dasher.
That was annoying. All right.
It happens. But we're like so good right here that it doesn't really phase me that they did that, honestly.
All right.
I think we'll lead with Karis pitched the Zephyros. And what do we have in Grave? Because we're going to want to banish 2 with this. So we're going to banish the Fractal and the Blossom. And we're going to summon out the one that searches Revolt. We're also now at a spot where if they do decide to use a Imperm with a Nib, we're going to at least have Revolt. And we're going to summon that in the middle zone so that it gives us access to a zone just in case. And then here, we can activate the Tiger King. Or the Lunalight Tiger.
Well, this one should be the Tiger King. All right.
Effect special out Chick. And so I'm honestly a little iffy about going for a Tornado Dragon here. It feels like it might be overcommitting a little bit. Because then we do really hard die to Nib Imperm. Whereas if we don't commit to it, if we make the Anaconda and he drops the Nib and then drops an Imperm, we still have play around by making Tornadoes set Judgment and set Revolt.
Here's an idea. We can Zephyros to recover the Tenki. Just make the Verte can summon the DPE. DPE can then pop the Bear Broom and we could put the Tenki back in the deck because we don't really want to get rid of Judgment, right?
That could be a cool line, actually.
Well, we can bounce any card. We can keep the Karis.
Huh, I didn't even think about the fact that... And we also then, if we're adding another card, would have technically the Bear Broom effect. We do want to keep Judgment. We want to...
Because we're losing the Celestial on the fusion, right?
Yeah. I think I like that idea. We can use Zephyros, add back Tanky. Because we're kind of committing to the fact that we're... Although this takes away our follow-up play if he has Nib and Perm still, but I don't think he'll have that combination, hopefully.
All right, so we could Tornado, pop Tiger summon something?
Yeah, let's just commit, honestly. We'll make the Tornado Dragon. We'll make the full M board.
So pop Tiger to give us a body. That way we can make the Verte. This deck's surprisingly flexible. I guess it's just it plays a lot of Link monsters that are just any 2 Beast Warriors when everything's like a Beast Warrior.
This build also is very tailored to this exact combo, but there's so many different ways you could run this deck. Like, I've got a lot of different ideas. We're going to special summon the Anaconda, of course. This is, like, pretty... We're just going to Anaconda with the 2 that we have. We're going to use it to summon DPE, and then we're going to use DPE to pop the Anaconda and the one that searches Revolt. What's that card do?
Good question. Well, before we...
Oh, don't negate it. Don't negate it.
Well, let's see what it does. There is a chance it might be something we need to do. Set elaborate
He's gonna
spell
nib us.
trap. I mean, that's the worry. So, but this will set elaborate spell trap.
It's not using it this turn?
It doesn't say you can activate it the turn you set.
All right, he's fine to set it, for sure. He's definitely trying to make us negate so he could drop Nib here.
Very good chance that he is. Well,
we're going to negate the Nib. Yep.
I mean, we lose to Ogre or Imperm or Valor, but we would have lost to that anyway.
And we're adding Revolt, so we don't even like hard lose to it. Because we have Judgment, Revolt, Tanky for follow-up if that happens.
So this one's specials 1. All right. So Verte. It's kind of cool. We can pop his card now.
Yeah, we'll leave our Anaconda and then we'll pop his card and we'll pop our Bearbrum. That's why I was for sure like we're not negating. We're not risking play into the Nibiru because we can just clear his card anyways. And we'll get our effect, search a Revolt, put back Tanky.
We're playing Tenkia too. Okay, cool.
And now we know he has a Nib in hand and 2 dead cards. You also, technically, we had to play into Mech Knights doing this, which sucks, but he doesn't play them.
All right, prepare to be punished. This happens
we won't.
all the time on this series.
You gotta have faith. He's only playing with 3 cards. Like, he needs to have crazy cards to beat us here.
It'll just be like 4 torrentials, and we'll deal with 3 of them, and we'll summon to try to go into access code, and then we'll get blown up by the 4th torrential. That's the way it works.
He would actually... it can't be 4. He only has 3 cards. And we have 3 pops on back row before our turn actually progresses. Because we end phase pop off Tornado, end phase pop off of DPE, and then on our draw phase DPE pops. And we also, if we clear the board, have Revolt for Omen.
Alright. Well, they're deciding how they want to play with their cards. They probably don't have nearly as many choices as we did. That's the problem with the
Yeah,
trap
not
deck.
at all.
Trap decks are all about activating the traps in the right order. But when your opponent's cards all say pop 1 trap card, it's pretty limiting.
That's the beauty and the flexibility of this end board too, is that if the deck you're playing against doesn't lose to Scythe or Lancia, you still have 2 back row removal cards, or monster removal if it's a monster deck. You still have Revolt, and all these cards, while they allow you to Scythe under a Droplet, they also are just insane cards on their own if you're not playing around a card like Droplet.
Alright, well, while we're waiting for him to decide on how he wants to concede the game, you want to tell everybody a bit about more about your channel and what you do?
My channel, honestly, the way I look at it, like the name Zade Slater, that is just my name. I look at my channel not as a specific niche. It's not just Yu-Gi-Oh, even though that's what I play. It's almost just like a documentation of the things I do, and I play a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh, so it's mainly Yu-Gi-Oh videos. And so you can like, if I post a lot of the videos on like decks that I come up with when I'm grinding on Dueling Book, decks that I do well at locals with, like just ideas that I come up with. And then I also will do like locals deck profiles while I'm there. I like seeing what my friends came up with and then using that knowledge to just like learn more about the game and give me more ideas to try on my own channel. And so that's basically it. It's just my channel is where I post stuff about Yu-Gi-Oh that I like, but don't be surprised if you see non-Yu-Gi-Oh related videos sometimes too.
Maybe they took a walk.
They probably did. They're like, I'm gonna run out the timer on this guy.
Yeah, they do that to me a lot, but that's because I play Mystic Mind in my Infernoid deck. So whenever I am playing, I almost always like have a game or two where the correct play is often just to pass for like 8 turns in a row, and then they get really pissed off. Alright, I'm going to quit on them because I don't feel like waiting forever. We're going to go back to deck list and discuss anything that has not come up while we were playing our... Yeah, actually, and we got hand-trapped a couple times in the combo, which I was actually glad happened. You know, just to show this could play through pretty well. Mostly because a lot of the combos are really just link 2 monsters. I mean, the only big restriction is that becomes you must link Tri-Beasts, which is kind of cool. I just like decks where the number of bodies is more important than anything else, and the fact that they're level 4 sometimes means we actually get to make some of these cards. Is there anything that didn't come up?
Access to more.
Is there anything that didn't come up that's worth mentioning besides we actually didn't have to play around a droplet, mostly because no one had a droplet, but we also got hand-trapped on some of those plays anyway?
Honestly, the main deck, I think everything really came up. Like, you got to see triple tactic work. You got to rip the nib that could have killed us. We've also seen it sit dead in hands, but if it's sitting dead in the hand and you're playing, it's fine. And the cards that would have taken that slot would be hand traps or something that also wouldn't facilitate combo. And so that card, it got to show how good it was. We didn't get to do what I love about droplets, where sometimes they'll make an insane board and your hand will be brick, but you'll droplet them, discarding things like Perfume or Kit or Nerval, and it unbricks your hand. So it's like a card that lets you play through boards while also making your bad hands better. And then some other things we didn't really get to see. There's also a line where if you open Droplet, you don't have to search the Revolt, because if that you just let it go to main 1, let them summon a monster, and then you Tornado Dragon pop Scythe, Scythe comes out, and if they droplet or something to negate it, you would chain your droplet, negate their monster's effect, sending your Scythe. So that card functions as additional copies of Revolt, which allow us to not need to search it.
All right, that's cool. Yeah, that is something that people should know. You can remove your own cards to avoid some targeting negation, or just like droplet blanket on-field negation, or a dark.
And then in the side deck, a lot of our side deck choices didn't really come up. Mainly the back row removal did, and the going first cards did. And so I can explain real quick the logic on why we play what we play.
Sure.
The double Lancia is for the Phantom Knight deck and for Fluanderies. We don't put it in against stuff like Invoked. I don't want to put that card in that deck and that matchup. And so you put in the Lancias in that matchup. You're typically putting them in going second, so you're taking out the Scythe and the Revolt for them. The Super Polys with the particular target we play is because this target allows you to take against Phantom Knight. You take in their draw phase the DPE and the Link 3
Rusty Bardiche.
Bardiche. Yeah, because when they drop or when they Scythe you, they do it using Bardiche's effect first. So they'll like go draw phase, activate the trap, banish it to special the guy from grave. And if we super poly away in response to that, their Link and their DPE, and then we summon out the level 8 fusion, not only are we stopping them from being able to Scythe us, but we also put up a negate that can deal with their Griffin. Because Dragostapelia lets you target a card, negate its effects. And so they'd be forced to Griffin that or just lose their Griffin. So it outs the entire board, only discarding 1. Whereas Droplet, I would have had to discard 2 to 3. So that card functions as another Droplet in that matchup. And then we also put that in going second against the Invoked strategy, because you can take any combination of Makaba, DPE, Winda. And then, so it acts in those matchups as droplets, but better. And then the Twin Twisters are kind of obvious. It's back row removal. Also putting that in against Fluanderies, because you standby phase hit their map. And they often are siding in games 2 and 3 to the Harpies trap that blanks your turn. And so if they're doing that, then they're going to have 2 set. And you want to be able to hit both so you still hit the map. And then the Judgment Anti-Spell, the reason I do 2-1 is because I never want to draw 2 Anti-Spell. But I would love to draw Anti-Spell Judgment, and I'd also love to draw 2 Judgment. But I don't really want to draw 3 Judgment. So that ratio just kind of made sense to me. The 1 red Reboot for back row, but also for Schism. And then the Token Collectors are a new addition. In my prior deck list, those are where I'm putting in extra deck cards. I was putting in a Zeus and the Link 2 Dark Charmer, which both come up sometimes. And recently I cut the Zeus for the Baguska. And I like the Baguska for the Fluanderies deck also, because a lot of your negates aren't that strong against them. But if you make Baguska, they can't play the game.
All right.
I also, real quick for people playing this deck, when you side deck, there's very limited cards you actually consider taking out of your deck. The first 20 cards you see in the list never leave your main or side, or they never leave your main deck post side. Same with the bottom, or the next 5, the Tanky, Foolish, Double Martin, Zephyros. You never take those out. You never take out the Hero Engine. You take out Revolt and Scythe and Lancia. If Lancia is dead, you always take it out. And then going second, you take out Revolt and Scythe, because your objective is now to break a board. And then you take out either Triple Tactics or Droplet based on which one is bad in the matchup. And going first, you tend to just take out Droplets for something better.
All right, makes sense. Okay.
I know a lot of people like to hear side deck theory on like exactly what to take out. I see it in the comments in DB Grinder videos a lot. People are like, can you tell us what to side in and out? And he never does. So I'm gonna make sure I do it.
Yeah. Well, you know, sometimes it's always changing, because your side decks are always changing. You know, he might say something in one video, and then by the next video, like, that's not the tech
it becomes
anymore.
different.
Yeah. But, you know, based on what we have here, I guess that is the play. All right, cool. I think that covers everything. Thanks, Zade.
You're welcome.
All right, cool. So everyone, make sure you check out Zade Slater on YouTube. And if you have more questions, leave them in the comments, either on this video. I'm sure you'll be checking the comments here and there, as well as the actual deck profile on your channel, as well as the combo video. And we will see you guys in the future. for more how to play videos. Maybe we'll even see that labyrinth thing. All right. See y'all next time.
Adios.
Later.